So today we've got the small job of putting on the FSA plasma handlebars. These are absolutely stunning, full carbon, light as a feather, beautifully finished off, absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to get these on the bike. So it's a bit of a job because we've got to remove everything. Obviously everything goes through the handlebars, so we've got the inboard cabling that's got to come out, handlebar tape, grippers, shifters. So yeah, let's crack on. First things first is we've got to pop the cables out. So we're going to pull all the little black ends off the cables and hopefully pull them out without doing too much damage. So a pair of pliers onto these ends and just give them a little tug and see what that's 4 ends off, ready to unrelease all the cables and pop them out. We've got to release these, release the brake lever connections and make sure the gears are all in so there's no tension on the cables. So the front gear needs to be on the small cog, and again the one at the back needs to be on the small cog as well. Then the gears are nice and they're all released, there's no tension in the cables. Okay, so just trim down the end of the cables where they're a bit frayed. Gears. So remove the handlebar tape. Off the little bar ends. We've got tape across here holding the cable, so we'll just cut through that. Right, and so got the new bar and we've got the old one. We need to try and make sure I want to get this the same on the new ones as it is on the old ones. And looking at that, the actual contour is pretty much the same on the two. So I think if I just look at that and scribe that in, that's where that line is for that shifter. If I pull these right up to about there, I can now see in the top there is the mounting screw to hold the shifters and the brake levers onto the stems. So straight in the top. That off there, and now we can slide this down and off the bottom. Just pull out the cables. Oh, so there's one shifter. Again, close up of the, take the centre bolt out, which then these two guides just come out. You can't get them wrong, they always go back the same way because of the shape of them. You can't mess them up. And then you feed the cable and just pull it through. Okay, so the old one weighs in at 493 and the new one 400. So we've shaved a little bit off there. Okay. Go for it. Get the top spacer in. And then you just tighten it up, back it off, tighten it up a little bit. Oh, for starters then, let's get some of these cables routed. Okay, so some of the major differences that I've had to overcome is the routing originally on the old bars. The cable came out of the shifter there through this channel here and ran around the outside of the bar. This new one, because it's got the inner channels going underneath the bars, you've got this diversion here that brings it out that way. Okay, so let's start with the front brake first then. We'll feed that up through the bar. So on the top of this, if I've undone the top bolt and these two guides slide out, and then you can see inside the top tube to hold onto the cable and pull it through. And you can see the little Allen key. You take that little Allen key out there, the cap comes off, you can feed the cable through. Do one side, then do the other. Okay. Back on the bar tape. Just know this is going to be a pain. So I'll cut that off underneath and just tape it around the top. So originally I had a cap on the end of this, which when it was compressed into this shifter, now it was catching and making it a bit stiff, so I've had to take that off. So basically bare cables into these shifters is best, and same with the other side, just bare cables going in, because it's so close and I don't want anything to obstruct it, because I say with the clickers it does make it a bit tight. In the box as well, which was a bit of a surprise, is the Garmin or the cycle mount, so the computer mount there, which literally goes underneath the bottom that way up, with the two little bolts that are supplied. And I was quite surprised at this, because these were 50 quid if you're buying them as an addition, and it didn't say anything on the description about getting one in the bag, so well chuffed with that. Just see that now, beautiful. I'll pop the other bar end on. So the mounting was a little bit thinner than the old tube, so I managed to hunt through all my box of bits and find a spacer. So now the Garmin mount's on, and that looks super. It's really out front, it's miles out, so it's really going to be in your eye line. Beautiful. And last but not least, I'm just going to put the little caps back on the cable ends.